covering Southeast Georgia and the Lowcountry. WJCL 22 News at 6 starts now.
Here's what's happening tonight. A body found with a gunshot wound in Effingham County. Hear from the sheriff's office investigating this possible homicide.
The clock is ticking for Republican candidates to qualify for the first presidential debate. I'm Jackie DeFusco in Washington with who's made the cut.
Plus, the behemoth prehistoric creature that roamed the coastal empire and Lowcountry. Join us as we learn about a sloth the size of an elephant. Happy Sunday, and thanks for joining us for WJCL 22 News at 6. I'm Andy Cole. Let's get straight over to meteorologist Victoria Kokinos because, Victoria, you are tracking some heavy activity in the tropics.
We definitely are. It's that time of the year. We had two storms form just hours ago, so we now have Tropical Storm Emily out in the Atlantic. Winds up to 50 miles per hour. It's moving towards the west-northwest at 10 miles per hour. So it is a tropical storm for the moment. It is expected to head towards the north, where the environmental conditions just aren't favorable for development. So it is expected to weaken quickly as we head towards Tuesday, down towards just a depression and then towards a low. Notice this is not impacting the United States whatsoever, but it was our next name on the list. And just at 5 p.m. we had Tropical Storm Franklin develop, winds up to 45 miles per hour. So this is expected to impact the Dominican Republic and Haiti. They're in tropical storm watches. Now, once it moves over Haiti and the Dominican Republic, it is expected to move out to sea and become our next hurricane. Category 1, winds up to about 85 miles per hour as it moves over these warmer waters and then eventually also moving out to sea. So none of these are impacting our area. It's just something to keep in mind. Again, it's been a quiet start to hurricane season. Things are starting to ramp up. For now, though, tracking locally some showers across the area. It's been very isolated today. Not all of us saw rain, and this is because of tropical moisture that's being pushed our direction. We should completely dry out as we head towards 7 p.m. and then as we head overnight, a dry overnight, then out the door tomorrow morning, mostly sunny skies and a few isolated showers back in the forecast. If you'd like to stay updated on the tropics all throughout the day, you can always download our WJCL 22 News app. It's free in the Google Play or Apple App Stores.
We begin tonight with the discovery of a body in Effingham County. Deputies say it happened on Clio Kildare Road, which is a remote area. They say the nearest house is about a mile away. ECSO says the man was found with a gunshot wound around 7 a.m. Sunday morning when deputies were patrolling the area. It's unclear if the man was shot there or dumped there. Deputies are withholding the man's identity until next of kin can be identified or notified. Right now, Vidalia police are investigating a bomb threat to a dollar store. It happened at the Family Dollar on East 1st Street. Last night, we told you there was a heavy police presence at the Food Lion Shopping Center. Police and the Georgia Bureau of Investigations searched the store and found a suspicious item. According to investigators, a certified bomb technician deemed the item and location safe, and the store was handed back over to employees last night. Happening tomorrow, the Jessup Police Department is officially swearing in their new police chief. It'll be held at City Hall at 9 in the morning. There will be a meet and greet after the ceremony. Chris Hamilton has been the interim chief since early July, but was officially appointed earlier this month. Hamilton has been with the department since January 2010, serving on patrol and the drug task force. He was promoted to sergeant of the investigative unit in 2015 and has been there ever since. In South Carolina, Governor Henry McMaster signed a new law that makes sexual extortion a crime. The law is called Gavin's Law. It's named after 17-year-old Gavin Guffey of Rock Hill, who took his own life after becoming a victim of online sexual extortion. The new law makes the crime known as sextortion a felony offense. It's the blackmailing of someone using sexually explicit images or videos. Gavin's father, Representative Brandon Guffey, pushed for its passage.
Everyone has rallied together to get this passed. And what we have done is we have sent the message, and this isn't a partisan issue. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican, Democrat. This is a situation of we've got children and we need to protect it. And protect them. Everyone came together and did that.
The bill took effect in May. Friday's signing was ceremonial. Gavin's father says today would have been his son's 19th birthday. Tonight at Commitment 2024, a Georgia law that forbid giving voters in line food and drink has been struck down by a federal judge. Since the state legislature passed the Georgia Election Integrity Act, it's been illegal to give people in line at the polls food or drinks, but the court has ruled people can do that as long as they're at least 150 feet away from the polling site. Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger responding to the ruling in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. He said, quote, due to the good work that both the state and county election officials have done to ensure short lines for voters, this decision should have limited effect. In South Carolina, Democratic presidential candidate Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is spending some time campaigning in the Palmetto State. He's made stops in Charleston, Orangeburg, Sumter, and Florence this weekend. Tomorrow, he'll be in Greenville for a town hall. On Tuesday, Kennedy has a Spartanburg Community Town Hall event with a meet and greet. He's expected to discuss big topics, including the economy, credit card debt, and the affordable housing crisis during his local appearances. Republican candidates have had hours left to qualify for the first GOP presidential debate later this week. Our Jackie DeFusco is in our Washington bureau with a preview of the event. Hey, Jackie.
Republican presidential hopefuls have until Monday night to meet various debate requirements. Meanwhile, it's still unclear if former President Donald Trump will show up. Republican candidates are running out of time to make the first presidential debate in Wisconsin on Wednesday.
I feel very confident that I will.
We're getting very close.
To qualify, candidates need at least 1% support in 3 major polls, a minimum of 40,000 unique donors spread out in different states, and a signed pledge to support the eventual Republican nominee, a commitment several candidates have criticized, but the party stands behind.
Each candidate's going to have to either decide to follow what they've signed or not, and the voters will then decide accordingly. But in general, we must beat Joe Biden in 2024.
Some campaigns getting creative to drive up donations, giving out soccer tickets and $20 gift cards.
This is about a smart strategy. It's about an entrepreneur with a business attitude.
At least 10 candidates say they've met the qualifications, though the official debate lineup has not been released yet.
I think you owe it to the people to put out your vision, to talk about your record.
But several unconfirmed reports say former President Donald Trump plans to skip the debate and instead interview with ex-Fox News host Tucker Carlson.
It would be political malpractice for Donald Trump's advisors to let him go out on that stage. He has a 50 percentage point lead in almost every state in the Republican primary.
For lower polling candidates, their biggest chance yet to stand out in a crowded field.
If Trump doesn't show up, then it will give these lesser-known candidates more of an ability to talk about what their vision of the future is. And without Trump in the room, they don't have to answer to him.
The first GOP debate kicks off Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a team live on the ground in Milwaukee covering all the action. Reporting in Washington, I'm Jackie DeFusco.
New tonight, the Skidaway Island State Park shared information today about a 20-foot-tall creature that once called this area home. WJCL 22 News' Kyra Naveau has more on the prehistoric giant sloth.
There are many things you can do here at the Skidaway Island State Park, whether that's walking the nature trails or seeing all they have to offer. But today, guests were able to take a look into the history of this giant sloth. In 1822, the first giant sloth was found on Skidaway Island, and now the state park is educating guests on the history of the 20-foot animal.
People knew that ground sloths existed in North America previously, but they were much smaller. So when James Habersham and J.P. Screven discovered the bones, they assumed that it was in the Megatherium family, which only existed in South America.
Morgan Anglin is a naturalist at the Skidaway Island State Park and leads the workshop on the giant sloth. She says due to the size of the sloth, it is commonly mistaken for a dinosaur.
And they were alive at different times, so dinosaurs predated sloths by a few million years, and the sloths were around as recently as 11,000 years ago, so they existed with humans.
The exact location on where the sloth could have been was not shared, but they have ideas based on what it ate.
The sloth might have not only eaten vegetation, but it also could have been a scavenger. So it might have eaten already dead animals, much like a vulture, because these sloths needed a lot of calories to support their body weight.
Reporting on Skidaway Island, Kyra Naveau, WJCL 22 News.
What a wild story. For the first time in nearly a century, a tropical storm crashes into the southwest coast. What's happening right now as Tropical Storm Hilary unloads on the region.
Plus, an overall dry week is on tap for the work week. I'll show you what this means for our temperatures coming up.